Good evening, Malaysia. This is the second session that we are doing for insurance matters. The shows that tells you the what, the how, the yes, the why that you need to buy insurance, what should be done, how are you going to do it, and how are you going to choose the best plan for you. Now, today's session is about the best way to get cash from your insurance policy. I can see my friend Go Chi Sing is there. Hello, Mr. Go. He is an entrepreneur, an amazing guy. I must say hi to him. Hi. Now, the best way to get cash from an insurance policy. Now, are you affected by the pandemic and the economy slowdown? I think everybody is. Here are some ways for you to get cash from your insurance policy. Now, learn ways to cash out some of your savings and from the policy without jeopardizing your insurance coverage. If some of your friends, if all of your friends or most of your friends are affected by the pandemic and the economy slowdown, I will urge you now to like the page and share this video out to all your friends. So how do you actually like the page and share this video out to your friends? Let me just show you. This is a live show. Let's just be candid with it. It's not a TV show. So what you do is that if you're using a phone, you're using a phone. If you're going live with us now, let me just show you. Just press the share button. It will show up right post or more option. Just press more option, then your WhatsApp button shows up. So I would like you to share with all your friends. If let's say your friends are having financial problems or they're suffering from economic slowdown. This show it is about learning ways to cash out some of your savings from your policy without jeopardizing your insurance coverage. Now, cutting off the fats of your spending and commitment. If you have a lot of policy, cutting off the fats and commitments that you are having now, learn how to be leaner, means you spend lesser, and yet better protect with proper insurance review and repackaging. So if you want to get in touch with me, you can email me at limrenenlive@gmail.com, or you can PM me for more information, for guidance, or whatever you want. Just reach out to me. We'll be more than ready to help and assist you. So today's main topic, it is about cashing out your policies. How are you going to do it? Now, the number one problem now we have, actually now currently for SME business people, is that you are actually short of cash, right? The number one problem is short of cash. Number two, your business needs cash flow immediately. If you agree with me, if the audience agree with me, can you just type 111 and give me a response? Is this the two things that you need the most? Number one, you're short of cash. Number two, your business needs cash flow. Number three, you have lost probably 40% of income due to a pay cut. If you're an employee, you're working for somebody, you have lost income due to pay cuts. Number four, the problem is that you have too much commitment now. The real issue is coming after. It's coming soon, but the real issue is coming after you will need to start paying your properties and car loan. That's the main issue. Yes, I can see some of our friends say 111. Yes, I like the response. Number five, are you stuck in the stock market? Have you bought during the bull run in February and January and you are stuck now? Number six problem with money is you just need some money and cash to roll over every month. If you have this problem, short of cash, business need cash flow, you've lost your job or you are short of you have had a pay cut for 40% due to company cuts your pay, too much commitment, real estate, car loans and everything, stuck in the stock market, or you need cash to roll over, now this is the topic you must listen to. So what are the solutions that you can have to actually overcome this shortness of cash right now? What are some of the things that you can do? Number one, you can take a bank loan, right? So let me just show you some presentations. Number one, you can actually take a bank loan, right? So let me show you my face here. Right. Number one, you can take a bank loan, but sorry to say, not easy to take a bank loan now. You know, as we always say, is whenever it rains, the bank take back their umbrella, right? Number two, credit card. You can go to credit card and take some personal loans and whatever through whatever credit limits you have. But do you feel it funny right now, right after the MCO, right before the MCO, I mean, all the businessmen will feel this. Right before the MCO, all the banks call you to take personal loan out from your credit card. I get it like every 3 days, you know, from my credit card bankers, right before MCO. But right after MCO, for 8 weeks, I have not received a single call from the bank offering me credit card cash release. Just imagine that. How funny is it? The banks, when it rains, they take back your umbrella. Number three, refinancing of your property. That can be considered. You have bought something 10, 20 years ago, and you can refinance some of your, properties. It can be considered. But it's going to take time, probably 3 to 6 months. Number one, it's going to take time, 3 to 6 months to finish, the process. Number two, who is going to buy the property from you? Or which bank is going to refinance the property from you? It is also a problem. Number four, private loans. You can take a private loans from Along, but what I heard from the street is even Along has run away. Along has no money to lend. That becomes a real problem. Number five, sells your cars, get rid of your expensive toy, but I think you need to keep your car for a while. I think the last one is the insurance policy. This might work. If you have the habit of buying insurance policy for some time now, for 10 years, 20 years, it might work for you. It is during the hard times, it is during the easy time, that you can actually, that you have put in money with insurance. Now might be the right time for you to actually cash out some of this. So how are we going to do this? Let me just show you how are we going to do this. Now, what kind of policies should you cash out? There are conditions. Let me just put a disclaimer here. I am not telling you to cash out all your policy and cut off all your insurance policy and get all the cash value and that's it. No, if you have to do it, if you're so short of cash, if your business really, really needs reinforcements and cash and all that, you might as well do it properly. So today we are teaching you how to do it properly. We are sharing with you ideas how to cash out your policies to handle your cash shortage problem with care, with proper guidance. Okay? So number one, your policy must come with saving values. If your policy are medical standalone policy, just PA and all that, I am so sorry, you cannot cash out your policy. There's no cash value, there's no savings value for you. So what kind of policy can you cash out? Things like saving plans. If you have bought 6 years, 8 years, 10 years saving plans, 10, 15, 20 years ago, those are good policy that you might want to look at. If you have bought investment linked policy for 10, 15, 20 years and you have faithfully paid them throughout your life, now that can be. If you have traditional life insurance, long traditional life insurance for 25 years, 30 years, you can have a look at them, see whether they pay out properly or not. Number 6, you can look at short-term savings policy that you have, those 3 years, 5 years that you have bought 10 years ago. They might mature, they might have at least comes back to whatever value that you have paid. So you want to look at that. Now, you must have policy with enough saving values in it. What kind of policy? Policy above 10, 15, 20 years. You can look at them, but not guarantee you can take out, but you can look at them. Some policies are ready, some are not, okay? Now, mature policies over 20 years. Some of you have policies that you've forgotten. I have a client who came back to me, can I cash out some of the policies? I went back to my company AI and checked. He got 2 policies that was bought by his father and he's totally forgot about it. Why? Because it is not paid by him, so he cannot remember. So those policies are over 35 years and is so mature that they can cash out. So you might want to look at that, right? Children's education plan, which is 20, 25 years and above. You can look at that, You can look at that. Some older life insurance policies, as just now I told you that your parents bought for you. Any policy that is above 20 years, it should be mature. You can have a look at that. Now, big saving plans that you took out and you finish paying one. So take example, you have bought a 6-year policy, you have paid 100,000 every year, you paid 600,000 already, and you have paid it up and you have waited maybe 5 to 6, 7, 8 years already. Now the policy is 15 years old or 20 years old. Look at that. It might help you. It might help you, right? Investment linked policies. Cash value is available. No need to pay back one. Investment link is one thing that you can actually have a look. Investment link policy, actually the cash value, if you are really short, the cash value is available. Maybe you want to look at that. Why? You can actually withdraw up to 90% or 95% and keep paying the policy, and the policy will still survive. So let's not bore you too much. Let me go to the next one. What kind of policy should I cancel or terminate to get cash value? Sorry, what kind of policy? So what kind of policy should I not, okay, sorry, I'm so sorry. What kind of policy I should not touch? There are a few categories of policy you cannot touch one. Die you must not touch. I have clients who actually ask me, what kind of policy should I terminate? Should I terminate this? Should I terminate that? But there are a certain group of policy that you should not terminate. Now, let me just go there. Now, which kind of policy that you should not terminate? Number one, life insurance that you still need to cover for your house, for your kids, for your debts and everything. Those policies you cannot terminate because you still need them. You're alive, you still need them. Number two, medical insurance. Medical insurance, you should not terminate them. Why? You don't want to go to the government hospital now, right? So you should not terminate those. PA policy, please keep them. They are very cheap. 100 ringgit, 200 ringgit, 300 ringgit a year. You must keep them. Number three, any savings policy that is very close to maturity. So I'm telling you, if you have a 20-year policy and it matures in 20 years and you have paid up to 18 years already, those policies, please don't go and terminate. Why? You lose out. Okay, you want to wait until 20th year. When it matures, then a terminal bonus is paid. You get about 30-14% more on cash value. So read properly the policy before you terminate any policy. Okay, right, give you an example. I have a client who terminated a critical illness policy, 200,000 many years ago. He didn't know it's a critical illness policy. He just went and terminated because he needed cash. So what happened then? He didn't have a critical illness after that. Sad, right? But after he terminated the policy, he had diabetic, so he couldn't buy a policy anymore. So must look at the policy properly before you terminate. The last one is your wife's insurance policy. A lot of businessmen buy saving plans and buy life insurance for the wife when the times are good. At the times are bad, they tend to terminate their wife's policy first and get some cash value. I would suggest you not to do that. Because why? Your wife gave birth to your children and all that. Those are her policy and her cash value. You want to keep that in. You know why? At the end of the day, if your wife has any health issue, if there's no insurance policy, who is going to suffer? You is going to suffer. So I don't encourage you to terminate your wife's policy as well. All right? So how do I know what kind of policy should I keep, and how do I know which one to take out? Now, that's where the professionals comes in. How do I know which one to keep out? That's where the professional comes in. So, number one, we normally tells you that you must do a complete policy review with your agent. If you have an agent, if you do not have an agent, or you don't have anybody you can trust, you can do it with us. All right? We can help you. Now, number one is to do a complete policy review first. What we do is that, what I do, normally my team will do, is that we'll take all your policy back, read them through properly, give us the contract if you can, read them through properly, we'll check with the insurance company what kind of cash value we have, we'll email them, get it done for you, authorization and all that. Once it's done, then we'll sit you down, say in 3 days time or 4 days time, we'll sit you down with a Zoom meeting or a face-to-face. We can meet you in the office or meet you at your house. The Zoom is best, non-face-to-face. Then we'll sit down and go through the policies with you, every single one of them. And from our professional opinion, we will tell you which one to keep, which one you should look at, consider to terminate, which one you should increase and make it better. So that's what we do. Now, once we have done that already, we would like you to take time to think. Now, the important thing is that you do not make the decision right away, there and then. Because buying a policy, you take time to think, but terminating a policy, also you need to take time to think. Because why? If you sit it 1 or 2 days, you might reconsider your options. Or somehow you got some money from somewhere else that you do not need to do that. The best thing is that you do not do that. You do not cancel your policy. Right? So if you think you can't, you do not have the expertise and you don't have the experience to do it, then you can always get us. Write to us at limrenenlive@gmail.com, or you can put a comment on this live show and send me a private message or WhatsApp. We will try to keep in touch with you, get engaged with you, and do a policy review if you can. So take some time to think. Now, the third thing is that you go to an insurance company to get it done. So now during MCO, a lot of companies are closed. They are not be able to do it. But my team probably can help you on that. If you trust us enough, we can actually help you to do some of the arrangement for you. Now, the last step is to go to the insurance company to apply for cash value. We can assist you. So I would like to introduce you to my team. Now, we might be able to help you to do that if you want us to help you, okay? So this is my team. We have Melissa, Puiling, and May. So all of them are able to help you. If one day you decide to actually do a policy review with us, no problem. Just come in, email me, SMS me, or WhatsApp me, or private message me, anything that you think it is convenient to you. We will look at the policy and we will actually help you to read through it and come to a conclusion how to do with it, right? So now, then comes to the next question. A lot of people ask me, how do I reduce my policy? You know, a lot of people have bought policies throughout the years. I have a client who bought nearly 80,000 ringgit worth of life insurance a year and found out that most of them are saving policy. And the last thing he asked me, how much life insurance I have. Out of the 80,000 ringgit premium that he pays a year, he only have about 300,000 life insurance with him. The business owed the banks about 3 million plus 4 million, and he only has 300,000 life insurance. So my point to you is this: are you buying the right policy or not? A lot of you are not. You know? So a lot of you buy policies because people tells you to buy. A lot of you buy policies because you feel sorry for your uncle, your relative, or your nephew who just joined the business. Then you buy a 10, 20,000. Everybody comes to buy 10, 20,000. Everybody comes to buy 10, 20,000. At the end of the year, you have been paying 200,000 over 300,000 premium a year. That becomes a problem at this moment. When the times are good, you won't feel it. But when the times are bad, that's when you really feel it. How am I going to pay on my policy? So now I'm going to tell you some of the ways that you can reduce your insurance commitment. Reduce some of the premium, reduce your insurance commitment. So for all the audience out there, if you have a question, you can actually ask me and I try to answer your question, right? Like Mr. Goh, I can answer your question later. Vincent, if you have a question, you can answer I can answer your question later. So how do I reduce my insurance policy commitment? Number one, you must take care of your insurance first. To be frank, life insurance is life insurance. Life insurance take care of life insurance. Life insurance take care of some savings, but it is not an investment tool. So life insurance take care of life insurance. You must take care of insurance first. Do not cancel those policy that covers you a lot of life, you know. You want to look at your policy, take a look at which one is covering you the least. Means you have bought a saving plan. You know, you pay 100,000 a year, but the coverage is only 100,000 a year. Those are the policies you must look at if you want to reduce your insurance commitment. Because it's not covering you life insurance, it is actually a saving plan. Saving plan is not important if you cannot continue to pay for it. Let's be fair. If you cannot pay the policy, how important it is for you? Right now. If you can pay for it, good lah, more savings, good. But if you cannot pay for it, what for are you going to keep the policy for? So the worst part is that you keep paying for the insurance policy and you missed out on your business. That is not supposed to do. You should have a look at those big saving policy and really have a read through with them, see whether you still need it or not, whether it can give you back your money or not, and if you can, then it is time to actually relook into that. Right? Number 3, I will want you to take care of your insurance policy, like your life, your critical illness, medical, and PA. Those policy, especially medical, PA, critical illness, and if you have children, life insurance is important. Medical, critical illness, life insurance is important. PA also. If those policies are intact, you want to keep them. You want to keep these policies. You do not want to end up sick, not well, in a hospital and without insurance. That's the worst thing that can happen to anybody. You are in financial problem already. Business is bad already. And you end up sick in a hospital, 300,000 ringgit of medical bills you cannot pay. That is worse than the financial crisis. So I will urge you to keep your life insurance, keep your critical illness, keep your medical insurance, keep your PA. Those are the core policy you must keep. Anything that is above that, like your saving plan and all that, you can look at reducing it or taking it out. All right? That is to reduce your cash output. All right? Now, number 4 is to take a premium holiday on policy that you have to pay. All right? Now, for policy that you have paid very long, so take example like 10, 15 years, there is a cash value. So take example like my client who paid a investment-linked policy for 15 years. And to my surprise, he has like 300,000 of cash value in the account because his savings all along for 15 years with some investment returns and all that. And then he told me, can I stop paying that the $3,000 policy a month? Can I stop paying that for a while? I said, of course you can stop paying for that. You can take a premium holiday. Take as long as you want. 1 year, 1.5 years, no problem. Why? Because premium holiday means you stop paying for the policy, but the coverage continue. The coverage doesn't end. So if you do have a policy that is 10, 15 years old, and you are paying for it, and you want to cut commitment for temporary, maybe you have a look. The investment-linked policy have that feature called premium holiday. Now the beauty part of it, that on a investment policy, once you stop paying, you don't have to pay interest for it. So I have to be very clear with you, be careful. The traditional insurance policy, the older ones, like 20 years, 25 years ago, you bought those traditional policy. If you stop paying for the policy, it comes in what we call a auto premium loan. Then you have to pay interest on it. But I do not want to confuse you on that. So if you do not understand it, just give us a call, send us an email. We will look into your policy. The last one is repackaging your policy. What is repackaging your policy? Repackaging your policy means you look at your whole portfolio, look at the facts that you want to cut it out, that you don't want to pay anymore, the savings policy and all that, or policy that is matured, cash them out to solve your issue, your cash flow issue. Repackage those policies, the older ones, the expensive life insurance and all that. When you bought an expensive policy, take example, you pay like 11,000 when you're 30 years old to buy 150,000 life insurance. Those are expensive policy. Repackage those policies, make them smaller. And then if you need a better coverage, a higher policy coverage, then you can buy a new policy on the site, but covers you high coverage with a cheap premium. So how cheap can it go? I've done for 35-year-old doctor a 3 million life insurance for less than 11,000. That is that cheap. Last time, 20 years ago, when you buy a $1 million policy, you can ask any insurance agent who has worked 20 years. I've been in the business for 20 years. A $1 million life insurance last time, if you buy a traditional policy, it is about $30,000 a year premium. Today, a $3 million life insurance policy for the same guy, 35 years old, is $11,000. Can you imagine that? 1 million is 3,000, 4,000 compared to 30,000. So premium has significantly gone down. Premium, life insurance premium has significantly gone down. You can actually re-look into repackaging your policy. Now, if you have a life insurance agent that serves you very well, stay with him. Why? I'm going to tell you, it is not easy to find a good life insurance agent. If you're happy with him, if he is doing a good job, he's advising you properly, stay with him. Right? You can pick up my ideas and talk to him, and even show me my video is fine. But stay with him if he's good with you, right? But for all of you who has, all of those people who has bought policy and there's no people who actually help you to look into your policy, we don't mind to help you. Just call us, give us the call, write into us, send us an email, put a PM on our private message, so we will keep in contact with you, right? So in conclusion, what do we do? In conclusion, only cash out if you absolutely need to. Let me reiterate, you will only cash out an insurance policy if you absolutely need to. If you still can find cash values here and somewhere and everywhere, don't touch your insurance policy. Only touch it when you absolutely need to. Right? If the banks don't give you, if the credit card don't give you, if you can't sell a car, if you can't sell a house, if you can't get a bank loan, if you can't get anything, only do it if you absolutely need to. Right? Then do it if you need to, right? Number two, you want to keep your insurance coverage. Don't cancel everything and everything. Don't be like my friend, cancel everything and everything, then become diabetic, then cannot buy anymore. Then become a problem. Right? Keep your insurance policy coverage. Talk to us. Talk to your agent. Talk to somebody you know. Right? Get professional advice. Don't just go to the insurance company and just cut everything. Don't do that. Talk to somebody. I would not advise you to go and talk to an insurance company's what they call this, frontliner, the front desk. You don't talk to a 26-year-old who's been on the job for 3 months, and what do you expect she'd be telling you? She doesn't know much also. She knows the SOP but she doesn't know policy 20 years ago. So if you absolutely need somebody to talk to us. We'll be more than happy to talk to you, right? So cash out an old insurance policy that is mature with small coverage. The conclusion: if you find a small policy that your father bought for you or brother bought for you 10-20 years ago with small insurance coverage and it's mature, it's 20-25 years, you want to cash out those kind of policy first. Policy that is mature, okay? Anything above 20-25 years and mature, some policy mature at 25, some policy mature at 20, some policy mature at 30, so you have to look at it first. But most policy mature at 20-25, they should be fine. And the last one is to repackage your insurance policy and insurance needs. Revisit what you need right now. Do a complete, what do you call this, insurance need analysis. If you call us, we will do that for you. No problem. Absolutely, FOC. We will do a proper insurance need analysis with you. We will show you what you need, how much debt you have, and how many children you have, and do a proper need analysis. After we do that, then you want to repackage your insurance needs, hopefully with a higher coverage to meet your need with a lower commitment. That's what we strive to do. Higher coverage, lower commitment. Okay? So that's something that I like to share with you, and I can see that some of you are here still with us, 20 over 30 people listening. That's good. Not as good as selling fish, but we try our best to give value to people, Now, I just want to reiterate one thing, sometimes when you look at it, when the times are good, most businessmen say insurance policy useless your return 4-5%, 5-6%, I put any money in any stock market also can get better I throw my money at the property also can get better rate and all that. I totally agree. I'm also an avid property investor. People knows I buy property quite often. But I want to tell you one thing. Whatever investment outside that you put your money in, no investment behaves like an insurance policy. No savings, no product behave like insurance policy. How? Today you buy a house, you buy a property, you put in $1 million. You take $1 million loan, alright? 100,000 down payment, take 900,000 loan. You take 900,000 loan, after 5 years you pay, you still got 700,000 loan. That day the person passed away, what do you think the bank will do? The bank will ask your wife to pay 700,000 loan and give you back the property. If you cannot pay, how? They lay long. The only product that you do with insurance is the only product that you keep money with us. When the person pass away, we pay you money. If the person don't pass away after 20 years, we also pay you back your money. And insurance is the only product, it's the only product in the world, dear all businessmen. It's the only product in the world when you need money right now. We don't ask you why, we don't ask you what, we don't ask you question, what do you need the money for? We never ask you. We just pay you whatever you have with us. So take example, if you have saved some money, say 100,000 every year as a business sinking fund with us, for 10 years you save $1 million. On the 12th-year business very bad, you want some money back. You know in this account now with Alim, still got 700,000-800,000 left there that you can withdraw without me asking you why. Just like that. But if the person dies, I pay him some more. 3 million, 5 million, 10 million life insurance coverage, plus whatever you save with us. I mean, insurance is the only product that does that for clients. So for my next topic about business insurance and business sinking fund, I will talk about this in details. How can a business use business sinking fund to prepare for times like this right now? You know? So that's my sharing for today. If you have any question, I would love to actually talk to you and share with you. I see Mr. Mock is here. Mr. Mock from 20dB. Thank you very much for turning up. You know, he is one of the best businessmen I ever know. Right? So if you have any question, if you need to understand your policy more, talk to me. And send me an SMS, send me an email. Let me go back to that live page. Send me an SMS, send me to an email. You know, you can see that limrenenlive@gmail there. Or message us at limrenenlive and we will answer you. Our people are more than happy to assist you and to help you to go through this. So if there's no question at all, then we will go back and we will end the session. We hope to answer more of your question and do another session with you on Wednesday, right? So every week we try to give you 2 sessions and 1 live interview, and so that it enrich your life. Thank you so much for watching. This is Lim Ren En Live at Insurance Matters. I hope you learn something from us, and you know, we are glad that we have added value to your life. Thank you. I'll see you again.